everyone, welcome back. We're here with The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 4, Day 1. Last week we left off with our new duo. That made me sad. We did get a preview of what is going on there, and it does not look good. Now, I am kind of being a little bit wary with comments. I can draw conclusions from certain comments. So like, I think at least with the show, I'm going to be a little bit careful reading comments. And if you notice, I have my BSG shirt. I am going to be starting to watch the Battlestar show over on Patreon within the next few weeks. So anyway, the full-length reaction is going to be available on Patreon. You can check it out there. And we have other exclusive TV and movie reactions. But without further ado, let's play.
The girl with the braid. Abby.
I just don't want her to go down the same paths that Joel did.
Some people just can't be saved.
Dang, and then you cut into that scene. They could not be saved.
Now, the thing about
2018.
you guys know me, like I'm easy on voters. They'd rather have me than Greenberg.
I can't remember where,
Caught him red-handed disseminating.
when 2018 would be in the storyline.
Turned out later it was some like religious crap. Guess who shows up? Greenberg! He's all like, well, you can't handle 3 voters? I say, I caught them disseminating. And he goes, you perverts are out here splooging on my streets. So one of the voters turns back, well, actually, the word disseminate means, and boom, slams his head against the wall. There goes his teeth. And Greenberg goes, no one asked you, jizz boy.
Why do you call them that? The citizens, why do you call them voters?
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
Who cares?
Because we took away their rights. Took away their right to vote by calling them voters to mock them.
Oh. And that's Drake and Josh.
I didn't mean anything by it, sorry.
Of course you didn't, you're thoughtless.
Sorry. Could be WLF, lock and load.
No, I'm gonna go talk to them.
Protocol.
Protocol is to obey your commanding officer. Now, if we go out there in force, this will end up the way it always does. General Greenberg.
Ooh. But what if it's a trap?
Fine.
You. Come with me.
Yeah, he seemed the least.
Learn something.
You Isaac?
You hand or hand?
What? What? So he wanted to save you.
Welcome to the fight.
Oh.
Now make your choice.
But what are they? Was that going to be the start of the Wolf Squad? Could we at least have just popped another one for... Gosh, what's her name? Not Debbie. Starts with D. 11 years later.
Anything else? Probably nothing anyone wanted.
Right? Everyone's probably run through... Don't say the joke.
Good news! I found a gallon jug of milk. Make sure to smell it first. I give up. I'm just gonna watch outside. There's nothing else back here.
You know, I just remembered. Might have jump scares.
Hey, I'm gonna pee!
What? Why did we need to lie?
You okay? Yeah.
Is it your family related?
Thought they bombed here. Guess not this part.
But,
Never seen a tank this
oh.
close. Ellie, I'm gonna check if there's any ammo in there. You think it was the WLF?
All these bodies are in Frederick gear. Looks like they were fighting each other.
Huh.
So I guess maybe we don't have to worry about the infected as much if it's wolf territory.
3 burnt skeletons, like Apollo 1.
Oh, looky here. Check out the building on the hill.
Let's go.
You sure
They're
about
probably
that?
watching you, though.
If you paint a sign big enough to be seen, that means you want people to know that you're there. More likely than not, you're prepared.
They're on a hill, so they'll see us coming.
Mm-hmm.
So we wait until dark and we head out on foot.
And right here is the perfect place to hole up because, well, no one's around, which you proved brilliantly with your hang-catch maneuver.
All right, let's look for a door we can fit Trimmer through.
Shot if somebody tries to kill you.
I'd still be a little anxious just walking around. Oh yeah, you play the guitar. You gotta tune your own guitars from now. Are you actually playing? Right?
Come on.
This is so pretty, but I have anxiety of that open space in the back. Aww.
You've
Aww.
gotten pretty good.
All those lessons from Joel.
Oh, okay, that's why we're crying.
He taught you well. You hungry?
Starving. Okay.
Oh, you're still here?
When I was a younger man and I wanted to impress a woman, you have to know your strengths. So what I would do is cook for them. And I was good. Good enough to deserve quality tools. Did I have the money for that? No, I did not.
Who are you talking to?
Best of the best, French, of course.
Like, the fire is just on.
I would think, okay, one day I will own a Mauviel saucepan. And I was right. Just not how I planned.
Mm-hmm, like...
The strange benefits of the apocalypse.
Mm.
Copper's a bit of a pain in the ass, but it heats faster than anything. Of course, this means it doesn't retain heat, which of the two makes copper the inferior choice for interrogation. If you own Mauviel...
I was literally just about to say, is this information gonna come?
You watch this over me.
Then she's been watching you get your ass kicked. You know, there are even scars who don't believe she's some magic fairy in the sky. Some of you actually understand she was just a person. The steel handles stay cool.
Oh my god. This season has gone...
Where are the scars attacking next?
Wait, they're attacking?
Hold out your hand.
Jesus. This is so...
Shut up.
I thought he was like the one decent person in that group, in that Fedra thing.
Yes, sir. She watches over me. She fills my soul.
She fills your soul. You put an arrow in a little boy's head.
You kill our children.
Never by choice. Because you trained them to shoot at us.
Because you broke the truth.
Because you broke it, because we broke it. I'm not playing your little chicken and egg game.
You're gonna lose.
We have automatic weapons and hospitals, and you lunatics have bows and arrows and superstition.
Every day, one of your wolves comes to see the truth and takes her into their heart. Every day, a wolf leaves you to become a seraphite, and none of us ever leave to become a wolf.
I will burn every part of you.
Oh god. Oh.
Good.
That was
Scar
the
got
other...
what he deserved. Animal.
No patrol. There's a camera right over it, which means we go around the back.
Window. Oh, boy.
So somebody hopped onto the shed, broke the window, and got cut on the way in. I guess that's our way in too.
And if we run into wolves that weren't in Jackson?
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, knowing what we know now, it does not sound like they're nice. Oh, with arrows.
But we're definitely in the right place.
I just assumed that group moving, that was all of them. But there's more? Or others?
Dina? Go.
What has this show turned into?
That group we saw in the woods, they did this.
What the f is wrong with Seattle?
That's what I'm like, what?
Has she called for backup?
Yeah, we gotta get out of here. Down.
Shoot.
Oh my God. Scar's got all of them. You, cut them down.
Shouldn't we secure the station first?
Don't secure the station.
Find them and kill them.
Isaac said he wants him live for questioning.
Isaac's not here.
Don't make any
It's a woman
sound.
Or a kid, a baby. Look what they did.
That wasn't us. This is like the worst timing for us to be in here. Oh gosh, if she gets caught. Oh no.
Stairs clear.
Oh god. I hear you breathing. Is she leaving the room? Are we making a lot of noise?
We got one.
Shoot.
Shoot that window!
Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me.
We can fit, they can't.
Please tell me they can't fit.
They're in the transit tunnel.
I don't like this. I feel like we're about to get caught, and I thought we were going to be the ones inflicting pain, not them doing that to us.
Let's go, that way.
Are they coming to save us? Oh. One.
I thought it was supposed to be empty. It was.
No, two. Girl, how could you... Are you a witch for real? Like, how could you differentiate between their voices? Oh, heck no. Yo, this was all fun and games until, Oh. How did this happen? Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. Oh, that was her hand. How? And how do you get up?
Jump!
Are you strong enough? Thank God. Oh, Lord, I thought we were safe now. Where does she get stuck? Oh, now we have to tell her the truth. She ain't gonna believe. Will she believe us? Well, I can't even talk. Oh.
Dina, come on!
Dina! Dina, yay! Oh. We gotta tell her before she takes matters into her own hand.
We can hole up here for now. I'll bar the door.
Ellie's not even realizing, like, that's not the priority she has in mind.
Okay, it's not perfect, but if anyone tries to get in, what are you doing?
She don't know.
Okay, I know you're scared. But I need you to understand something. Please don't make this any harder than it has to be. I would die for you, but that is not what just happened. I'm immune. I can't get infected.
Show her the bites.
Dina, do not shoot me! I know you don't believe me. I get it. I wouldn't believe me either, but I'm gonna walk over there, and I'm gonna bandage my arm, and I'm gonna go to sleep. And you're gonna keep that gun pointed on me. If I turn, shoot me, but I promise. A lot of times I wish this wasn't true. I'm gonna wake up exactly as I am right now.
Tie her up if you feel like you need to. Yes. Or is it gonna be like day one of checking to make sure she doesn't turn? I can't remember how fast we turn.
It's just water. Rainfall on my...
Dang.
See? No shaking. I'm gonna stand up now. Can I show you?
Are we gonna end up being on our own? Is that why Dina wasn't in the intro with us? Now we can see you.
Ellie.
What? You're immune too?
I'm pregnant.
Oh. What? This is not the reaction I was expecting with any of this news. Oh wait, I was thinking of how, but biologically that wouldn't work either. Not with the infected arm near the lady bits. You're preggers. You should go home then. This is not a place for you to be. Like, I get that it was a release of a whole bunch of emotions, but like...
Wow, that's... Is this where you were bitten before? You said it was a burn. Most of it is. You did it to yourself? I really wanted to wear short sleeves again.
When you start to hide little things, they become big things.
You don't say.
You don't say. Wait, how do you even know you're preggo?
Why now?
Missing your period could be just stress.
I thought you were gone. And then all of a sudden, this future I was imagining wasn't gonna happen. Where we're together and we have a kid and...
What about baby
I don't
daddy?
even know if you want that.
I want it with you.
Oh.
I'm sorry it took so long. I knew how you felt about me.
I was hiding it really well.
No. When I was little, I told my mother I liked boys and I liked girls. She said, no, you like boys. I got stuck. Even after she died,
She died.
I tried to make things work with Jesse, but he wasn't the one. Still kept trying anyway.
I was scared.
Not everyone's as brave as you.
Mm.
I'm not brave. I'm just obvious.
Well, this certainly complicates things.
How do you know for sure that you're...
Yeah.
I started wondering after we saw the bodies in the forest. Because
The
I
test
think
at
about
the
that just
store.
before me.
That's why you're throwing
I
up.
I found a pregnancy test at the pharmacy.
Oh. She did say I have to use the bathroom.
Oh, okay. That's good.
2 lines means pregnant.
This thing's pretty old.
Yeah, does it?
And here's a couple more.
Dang.
So, we're having a baby. I mean, we and also, I guess, Jesse are... It was Jesse, right? So we're all having a baby.
How is this gonna work?
I'm gonna be a dad.
Was this in the game? What?
He just said Nora.
Yeah,
She's gonna know
where
where
Abby is, but I don't know where we are anymore.
Okay, we go up behind, we look around.
Wait, we're just leaving our stuff? Oh.
See that white building out there?
Which one?
That's Lake Hill.
This is tough because Ellie on her own,
You don't have to go. You can stay here.
yeah, that's what I would prefer.
It's different now.
Yes. But like Ellie on her own without her survival skills, I worry about that too.
Together.
Oh. Well, this was a shocker for sure. The show took a really dark twist. Not what I mean, like, we know that the wolf gang, I don't know, this wolf unit are militant, but Abby was saying they have a code. But either way, she's a part of them. And so in the last episode, I couldn't figure out if they wouldn't approve of Abby's actions or if they would, if they're just as, you know. But by the end of the last episode, we saw that we saw what they did to that group, that, you know, kids and everything too. We immediately get like an impression of maybe they're not the nicest people out there. Because on one hand, we have Ellie and Dina going to get revenge, right? And yes, they are after just Abby and that group of whatever, like 5 or something. But deep down, you know, there could be casualties and you're like, what are we, is it okay for us to get these other innocent people wrapped up in this, right? But now we see innocent. Yes, they're innocent from what Abby did to Joel, but they're also in a very complicated entanglement here. And obviously we don't know the full story, but on both sides, there are these extremely horrific deaths. And like, I think your immediate instinct is to say like, which one's in the right, like who did what to call for that. And then it's almost as if that would make it okay for what they did. And even the guy was saying, well, yeah, because we did this. In the end of the day, this is where we are at, and it doesn't make it any better. Kids are being killed, and at the same time, kids are being weaponized, which, like, it's another vicious cycle here. And so in the beginning of the episode, I started off by saying how, like, I didn't want Ellie to go down this route. Is Abby the dark version of Ellie? And then the whole, like, no, actually, Ellie's a dark version of Abby talk. But, like, from the comment, it's like this cycle of you become the monster that you hated. Because in the beginning of the episode, that general who unalived, like, the Fedra members in that van, bus, truck, he was disgusted by their actions of what they were saying that he was like a green, whoever that guy was, right? That was looking at the people as voters, like you dehumanize them by calling them voters, and which was also mocking them when you took away their rights, right? Like, so it sounded like he started out with the intention of wanting to fight for the people, right? Fedra is like oppressing the people. They took away their rights. We're laughing and mocking and laughing at, I can't remember if they killed that guy, the jizz face guy or whatever, but like that is not, that's just funny to them now. So he's like, no, I want to fight for the people. The girl's like, welcome to the fight. And he saved the one guy who was like questioning about it because he sounded like he didn't know about it. He sounded like he didn't seem like the other people, right? So it's like, yeah, he has potential, but by 11 years after, we're seeing that they're tortured. Like when we have this other new person questioning, like, this ain't right, he's like, that's what they deserve. They're animals. So again, we're in this cycle of dehumanizing people, labeling them to justify your actions against them. And I guess we're going to see Ellie go down this route as well, where, not to say that any of their actions aren't justified in a way of like, if they did this, then this is how I feel and this is what I want out of the situation. It's understandable if someone you love is killed that you would want something against them. These kids were killed, so they want to retaliate. Like, it's not to say that those feelings aren't justified or those feelings aren't warranted, but now you're getting into a systemic, like, you're not looking at the person anymore. They're animals, they're scars, he kept calling him you scar, and I'm sure it goes back and forth. Now, one interesting thing I did want to note was how he said, you have wolves leaving every day and turning, I guess, into one of us. I don't know if they turn into one of them or they just leave, but our people remain. So it's like, is there a stronger, like the same way once upon a time you left Fedra, is it the same thing where they're seeing that they are doing that? Or is it just a matter of, like, again, when you have like religion and certain beliefs or that mentality would, because you're putting something before yourself, and it might lead people to be less likely to abandon a cause than if the cause is just being told what to do and you're like, this doesn't align with me anymore. Because again, we don't really have the full picture. Both sides sounds like absolute trash at the moment. But yeah, like whenever you watch movies, whenever you watch shows, we do tend to feel okay siding with the rebellions, right? With the people who want their freedom, whatever. But like IRL, things do seem to be very different. So yeah, lots of questions with that. Like, did this guy who left Fedra join the people but turned them now into a military force, and now whoever was left is the people? But then yeah, the whole religious whatever aspect of it is different. Then fast forward now to Ellie and Dina. Dina, again, with her crazy, like, you know, instincts and everything. I mean, I joked saying like, oh my gosh, is she a witch? Obviously, I'm just joking, but it's like, like what's his name said, there are some scars that know that the prophet is just a person like anyone else. And then like in the episode before where the guy said, you know, she isn't someone supernatural per se, but I think he said it was like someone that's able to piece things together in a way that we can't, right? Essentially, if you aren't able to see a pattern, to you it seems like magic, but like same way as Dina, she could just maybe hear the different tones and can differentiate the voices. Like maybe she's just musically talented. Like if you train well enough, you can tell, oh, this pitch is A. Like even if it's not like an instrument, you could just tap on whatever and be like, yep, that's A sharp, that's G minor. To a normal person, it's like, whoa, how do you know that? But, you know, so it's easy in times like that for you to mysticize it and put them into like the supernatural, make them into a figure that you're now worshiping, whatever. So I am curious to find out, because like I think they were talking like the prophet, that person's not there anymore, I'm thinking. So now they're just following her words, which were kind of crazy. That's like, feel love when you're doing something, you know, like how do you twist good intentions and do such horrible things? And we see it every day. You know, if you just turn the news on, you would see it. So it's like one of those things where I said again, you know, it's easy to support things here in the fiction world, but in real life, it doesn't really translate as much. But anyway, Dina and Ellie, like, holy heck. At one point, I was like even gonna question whether it was gonna be just Ellie going on with the show. The way Dina just kept standing still in certain moments, like, dude, you are almost... I didn't think she was gonna, like, either she's gonna be taken out because she like is like this, or if it is Ellie versus Dina in that moment where she was holding the gun and she's like, I'm immune, I promise, maybe they would have had to fight it out, and like that would suck if that's how Dina has to go too. Or now that we know that she's preggers, if something happens to her, that's just gonna make Ellie even more invested in her revengeance mission. So we have this new variable that if she goes, I don't know, because on one hand we're given some very beautiful, like a very beautiful potential, right, of her being a family with her, but we know the show is not that nice to us. So it's like, is she gonna go? And if she goes, it's gonna hurt that much more, because we know more, like we have more potential that we could have had in the future as a loving family that's going to be ripped apart from us. And like, is this how we want to start our family? Like, imagine you're talking to your kids or grandkids about like, yeah, how did you meet? How did you know she was the one? And you're recalling this day one, right? I mean, yes, there's some trauma bonding, you know, we escaped this horde of infected, but what were y'all doing out there? How do you explain that to these kiddos? We were about to, I don't know, Happy Gilmore this Abby chick, and realize that, you know what? I love you. I don't know. Very mixed feelings all around with Seattle, like this environment of, like, we're just seeing this vicious cycle from a small level to a grand scale, and it's like we can't escape it. And now, I don't know, are we still, as much as I didn't want our city, is it Jacksonville, to get entangled in it? Are they still gonna have to get entangled somehow? Because now that they think that they might be part of like the Scar group, which obviously they aren't, maybe it could be cleared if they are confronted by the Abby group, because they'll be like, oh no, these are the people we killed in Jacksonville, and then like, will they somehow just draw them into the fight anyway? If they were talking before about how big of a town it is that they have running electricity and everything, and we're seeing here, like, so far what we've seen, like, we haven't really seen that level of development. Is that something that they may want eventually? Like, maybe they'd want, because if they're like a militant force, expansion's typically part of that, right? Is that something they may want eventually? I don't know. So I mean, we only have a few episodes left of the season, so I'm kind of even more worried. I think I was saying before, I was like, oh, now you're gonna know how Joel felt. I think I was thinking in my head of Top Gun, of how Maverick was feeling with Goose in the back there, right? Like, I feel like I can't take the risks. I'm losing my voice. I can't take the risks that I want because I don't want to endanger you. I can't remember if Joel ever felt that way with Ellie around, but like, now Ellie's gonna have that feeling of, like, I'm sure she wants to protect Dina regardless, right? Like, she said, I would die for you. But now that we have another baby involved, in which we've mentioned so many times in this episode, of people saying, I don't care if it's a woman, I don't care if it's a child, I don't care if it's a baby. Like, bruh, things are like getting, this is like movie 4 of like Harry Potter. Things are just gone dark out of nowhere. I mean, things were already dark to begin with. I couldn't understand, I wouldn't have been able to tell you how much darker it would get, but here we are. So we'll find out next week, I guess. Full length reaction is going to be available on Patreon. You can check it out there. Come and chat up with us over on Discord. I hope y'all are staying safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, y'all.